What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Sorry about the late video. Had a bit of a stomach bug last night and this morning, so finally shook that off, it seems. And even though it's a late video, it seems like, better late than never, I guess, getting these plays out to you guys, and wanted to give you guys a play for tonight's games in League of Legends. Yesterday, so far this weekend, right? We have Thursday and Friday. It has been a complete tale of two different days. Yesterday, we hit absolutely nothing. We went down like 7 units. As you guys know, I always am very transparent. We can go over some of the losses here. But then, so this was Friday, right? This was yesterday. And then Thursday, we hit absolutely everything. Like, there was literally nothing to even show that we missed. I will say, if you were on and you took all these Thursday plays, we went up almost double the amount of what we lost on Friday, all right? And, even though there's probably less wins than there is losses, that's why I always tell you guys a couple of things, right? I always tell you guys to not think day to day, because these are the differences between days, right? We can have days doing the exact same strategy, using CFL, using Counter-Strike, using League of Legends, and hit absolutely everything. And then we can have a day using the exact same sports that we always bet on. And the reason why we're up 121 units since May 1st, we're up more than 240 units in the start of 2025, and we went up 600 units so far this year. So far last year, in 2024, we went up 600 units doing it. That's why you cannot be a day-to-day better, right? You can't think, oh, just because one day you have a horrible day, you can't just think on that scale, right? You need to think over a span of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month long, when you can get down 200, 300, 400 bets. That's the time frame you need to start thinking on. And then two, another thing that I always talk about is that these losses, right, you might have like -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And these are like all the losses we have. Like I said, we went down 7 units, nothing hit. We had some very close ones. But when I talk about 7 misses here, you have this one entry right here that just looks like this lonely entry that we hit on Thursday. This right here, we went up 8.5 units alone hitting this, right? And you guys see that we took Counter-Strike correlation plus League of Legends correlation. So every single loss here, all 7 of these losses that I just counted, this one entry right here paid for not only all of those losses, because we went up 8.5 units on this win, but it also, you go up 1.5 units on it, right? 7 minus 8 point, or 8.5 minus 7, 1.5. So you go up 1.5 units and you paid off 7 of those losses. So PrizePicks is very deceiving sometimes, just mentally, because you'll see a lot of losses sometimes. You'll see a lot of losses in the PrizePicks account. Of course, yesterday was not a great day, as I said multiple times and as I'm showing here, but you guys will see that like these wins, these big wins, these four-man wins and stuff like that are huge for the bankroll, and that is why ultimately we do win long term. I do want to say, like, we are, even though we've kind of had a couple of struggling days so far this week, right? Start of July, it took the first maybe like 8 days of July to even have a losing day, and then so far this week, I think we've had like 3 or 4 losing days. So far this week, this is over the past 7 days, we are still up by 14 units. All right, so if you're a $10 better, that is still $140 that you would be up over the span of this week. And you guys can see it's really carried a lot by Monday. This was Monday, and I think I have a screenshot of Monday. Yeah, this was actually the play that we took and we hit on Monday. So we had a really, really great Monday. And then kind of again, like Tuesday, Wednesday, didn't have so good of days, went down like 3 units each on those days. I think Tuesday we went down like 3 units, and then Thursday we went down like 4 units. So it's been definitely a weird week where we just have like Monday, huge spike, next 2 days not so good, and then we had an insane spike on Thursday and go up close to like I think it was like 18 units is what we went up. I could actually count through all of it, right? We go up 8.5 plus 2. Let's just call this plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, and then this right here, let's just call it 8. Actually, this is 8.5, but yeah, this is 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 8. So we pretty much went up 16 units alone this day. And then yesterday we do go down 7 units, like I said. So like I said at the beginning of the video, we actually more than doubled the performance yesterday, on Thursday, than we did on yesterday. Even though I know yesterday was a tough loss, I know it's kind of like, oh man, it's a punch to the gut type thing. But again, betting is all about taking the punch to the guts and getting up and being able to stick to your strategy over the long term. If you guys do not know what our strategy is, it is called correlation, and you guys will see some beautiful nuggets of correlation throughout yesterday's losses, right? Which is exactly what we want to see, especially these 3 entries. For some reason, I'm trying to pair up Canadian football guys, but whenever I do so, I'm just not being able to set them up with the correct Counter-Strike duos. But you guys will see beautiful correlation in some of these entries here. We just took the wrong side of it, all right? So we took the overs here. The unders ended up hitting together because it was a shorter game. That's amazing correlation right there. If you guys don't know what we do in Counter-Strike correlation and you're on the VIP, pretty much what it means is that if it's a longer game, the more kills will happen. If it's a shorter game, the lower that amount of kills will happen, right? So that is very important to understand with correlation. So these guys ended up playing a very short game, so they do not get many kills. These guys in turn ended up playing a very long game, so they get way more kills. I believe this game went into double overtime, so that's why these guys got 23 headshots and 26 headshots. Same thing here. I take the unders. These guys go way over because I also think that this game went ahead and went into overtime here itself. This was the YouTube play of the day, obviously with Gumayusi under 14.5. He did bump down to 14. I honestly, just being honest, I thought he was probably going to bump down to 13.5, but he did bump to 14, which is still a good little bump there. He got one last kill at the very last fight of the game, and he actually ends up losing the game, but he does get that one final kill there that ends our entry there. So, again, a little bit of unluck yesterday, but you got to all take it with a grain of salt, just because Thursday was such an amazing day. And literally Thursday I could not even find a loss. Like, I could not find a loss on Thursday, and then I could not even find a win to post on Friday, right? So, if you guys think that I never show my losses or I'm just like faking it, this is a perfect video to watch, right? Here's all my losses, and we're going to stay positive about it, of course, because we have a winning strategy over the long term. Again, here's the past maybe 2.5 months since May 1st, and we have gone up 121 units, and I just updated this about 5 minutes before filming this video here, which means you would be up about $1,200 if you're a $10 better since May 1st. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into the entry of the day and talk about what I'm liking on League of Legends. So I wanted to send out a WNBA play, but because I'm getting this video out late, now everything's messed up now, guys. Sorry about that. But I wanted to send out a WNBA play, but it seems like there's like no games going on other than this 5 p.m. game, and that's just not enough time to get this video out and get enough of you guys tailing those. So I'm going to go to League of Legends. League of Legends really is our bread and butter during these summer months. I would say it's League of Legends, Counter-Strike, we're doing some WNBA, and then Canadian football also on the board. Really what I am liking right now is I am liking, this is the play that I'm going to go ahead and go with, is I'm going to go ahead and take Ruler over. I think this is really good value with him. It is Gen.G versus T1 in a finals match, a best of 5 finals match. We're betting on maps 1 through 3 as always, and Gen.G normally beats T1 so far this season, and these are two very, very strong teams, guys. Gen.G is the #1 team in the world. T1 is playing like a top 2 to top 3 team in the world right now, and this should be a very close matchup with Ruler getting a lot of kills. These teams do play pretty passively. As I said before, they actually did match up a couple of nights ago, and now they're replaying each other because T1 came through all the way in the losers bracket to then play Gen.G once again. But the play of the day, guys, is going to be Ruler over, and then we're going to come over to T1 and assists, right? So if you go to assists, and we're going to take owner under assists right here, guys. So how does this work, and why do I like this play so much? Like I said, we bet with correlation, okay? So you have the team Gen.G and you have the team T1 playing each other in the same game. They're playing 3 maps against each other. So I think personally that Gen.G is going to 2-1 T1. So they're going to win 2 games and they're going to lose. T1 is going to lose 2 games, right? So I think Gen.G is going to win 2 games and lose 1 game. So I think the series is going to go 2-1. That's going to then put Ruler to get more kills and more assists, and his whole team to get more kills and more assists. And that's going to take away kills and assists from T1 because they're going to be losing that game, right? In League of Legends, the winning team probably gets, 100 to 200% more kills and assists than the losing team does, all right? So they almost double or triple the amount of kills or assists that the losing team will do. And then the losing team is going to get a lot less kills and assists. So that is why I do think T1 is going to go ahead and lose this series. I think they're going to lose some of their first 3 games, and that's why I'm taking the jungler on T1 owner. I think his line's too high at 22, and then I also think Ruler's line is too high, probably by like 0.5 to 1. It's not like the best play ever in the world where I think this is just like disgustingly too low, but I do think, at 15, it's still pretty solid value. If it bumps up to 15.5, it's not the best play in the world, but it's still very, very correlated together, all right, guys? So again, in wins, Ruler is averaging between 6 to 7 kills. So if he can win 2 of these games, 2 out of 3 of these games, he should stack on like 14 kills alone just in the wins that he has. And then, like I said, now in a loss that he has, maybe he'll get like 2 or 3 kills himself as well. All right. So this is going to be the play of the day. Let me go ahead and lock that in. I do want to say, if you do want to lock in with my VIP, I ran code MASSIVE yesterday. A ton of you guys got locked in with that. I meant to send a screenshot of how many guys took that, but it was 10 out of 10 of y'all got that in without the first couple of hours. I actually open up more spots for the morning people who watch the video. But amazing that I got a lot of you guys in. I know it was a rough first day if you were in yesterday, just because, like I said, we had such a great Thursday and then horrible Friday. But again, guys, historically over these weekends, we are 6 out of 6 of the past 6 weekends going into a profitable weekend and having a profitable weekend. So far this weekend, if you add Thursday and Friday up, we are on the profit so far. So let's have a good Saturday today. Let's have a good Sunday and finish off the weekend strong. And if you do want to get into my VIP completely free, you can also do this. This is big to understand. You can also do this if you're currently in the VIP or have been in the VIP before. It does not matter. I can add 2 months to your VIP subscription with Bovada really easily, guys. If your state is in the blue, right? So I get a lot of questions from people in Florida, in California, in Washington, in Texas. I'm in Texas. I can use Bovada, guys. If your state is in the blue right here, you can use Bovada. All you have to do is sign up for Bovada using my link and then put $25 in, take a $1 or more deposit, and then I'm going to actually pay you back that deposit you make up to the $25, right? So just text me and I'll get you guys those instructions. You can do very, very similar with Chalkboard. You can do very, very similar with Better as well. You guys know the drill. All of those instructions will be in the pinned comment as well as the description. Let's win today. Again, on Thursday, we cashed yesterday's YouTube play. Yesterday, we unfortunately did not buy 0.5, so let's try to cash today's entry in that League of Legends play that I went over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's have a great day, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.